At the dining table, Jae says to Yuan, "What happened yesterday? It was because we were drunk. Let's just forget it." But Yuan shakes his head. "No, I didn't do it because I was drunk. I did it because I like my uncle." He looks at Jae seriously. "Back then, you promised me you would tell me when I grew up. But instead, you lied and ran away. But now, I understand. It doesn't matter to me whether you see me as family or not. I like you." Jae responds quietly, "No. I don't want this from you." Yuan gently touches Jae's cheek. "If uncle refuses, then he will have to face the consequences, right? I'm lucky I have found his weakness." He kisses Jae and whispers, "I love you, mother. I'm never letting you go." Then we are shown an intimate moment between them. Yuan says, "I will do whatever it takes to win your heart. Please, accept me. Mother, I love this. And I won't let you run away again." The next day, Yuan turns to Jae and says, "Uncle, don't you want to stay a little longer?" Jae replies, "No, it's not nighttime yet." Yuan smiles. "Then let me kiss you before you go." "I love you, uncle." He leans in and kisses Jae. At that moment, Seojang walks in from the left, speaking on the phone with his wife. "We are here, dear," he says. "Of course, I will talk to Yuan." His eyes suddenly land on Yuan and Jae, locked in a kiss. Shock spreads across his face. Yuan notices him too. "Father," Yuan says, startled. Seojang looks at Jae, stunned. Jae quickly steps forward. "It's not what it looks like. This is a misunderstanding." Seojang nods tightly. "Jae, can we talk? Just the two of us." Seojang turns to Yuan. "Uncle and father need a moment. Stay here and don't say anything." Yuan replies quietly, "Okay, father." Then the scene shifts to the cafe shop, where Jae hands Seojang a drink and says, "Here, drink this first. You must be thirsty, right?" He sits down across from his. "It has been a while since we last saw each other." Seojang replies, "How have you been?" Then, after a pause, Seojang continues, "Yuan is my son. You used to take care of him often, when he was little. But why? Why did you do this to him?" Jae lowers his gaze. "I'm sorry." Seojang responds firmly, "Apology isn't enough. At the very least, I deserve to know why. Why did you do that to Yuan? And why did you disappear 14 years ago? You know this isn't something small, right, Jae? I won't let you see Yuan again. If I have to, I will even move to another place." But still, at that moment, Yuan arrives. He turns to his father and says, "It's not uncle's fault." Seojang quickly replies, "Yuan, didn't I tell you to stay at home?" Yuan put the book on table. He is holding onto the table and says, "Uncle didn't force me. He accepted me, because I accepted his weakness." Seojang looks at him, confused. "Jae's weakness." Yuan nods. "It's true. Uncle couldn't say no to me. Even after everything, you still don't understand, Dad." Then Seojang notices the book something inside, and says, "My book. There are letters inside." Jae quickly asks Yuan, "Where did you get that?" Seojang takes one of the letters, opens it, and softly says, "Letter for me." He begins to read aloud, "Seojang, how are you? It has been a long time since we met. You once said you had an idea for a new book, but the publishing process took longer than expected. Did my absence affect you? If it did, I'm sorry. Your writing fills my longing. It creates a sense of connection. That is why I'm writing this letter, even though I know it will never reach you. Winter has arrived, and your new book is set in the warmth of spring. The main character, Jihawan, reminds me of you. Even though it's cold and dark outside, reading it takes me back to the spring we spent together in junior high school." After a moment of silence, Yuan turns to his father and says, "That's right. Uncle has always liked you. He wrote this letter, even though he never sent it. He has had feelings for you since junior high school." Seojang looks at Jae, stunned. "Jae, I'm sorry. I didn't know." Jae's eyes well up with tears, unable to speak. Then we see a snowy day, where Jae says, Since that day I never saw Yuan or Xiaojing again. I thought that by doing so, I could live in peace. On the other side, we see Yuan standing outside the cafe, waiting for Jae-hee. Then Jae-hee arrives. Yuan says to Jae-hee, "Uncle, I have been waiting for you for a long time." Jae-hee replies, Yuan said to Jae-hee, "Sit here." Jae-hee sits next to him. He says, "Why did you come to me? If your father finds out, you will be scolded." Yuan responds, "Is father's anger all that matters to you? I have already been rejected, but strangely, I feel relieved." Then Yuan continues, "Uncle doesn't need to keep the letter for father anymore, right?" Jae-hee says, "You are right. He burns the letter." Yuan says, "I already talked to father. He said uncle is a very good person. I won't call uncle, mother, anymore." Jae-hee replies softly, "Thank you." Then Yuan says, "Still, I want to be close to you, uncle. I won't threaten you anymore. I will meet you in a normal way. Please see me for who I am, not just as my father's son." He continues with a shy smile, "It feels strange to call you uncle now." Jae-hee says, "Then call me uncle, like always." Yuan gently says to uncle, Jae-hee. Then he continues quietly, "Young." Jae-hee stands up and says, "I want to open a cafe now." Yuan replies, "Young, I like you." Jae-hee smiles. "It's cold out here. Come inside, Yuan." And that is where the Mother's Fan's letter ends. This is the epilogue chapter of Mother's Fan letter. The soft sizzle of oil echo in the kitchen. Morning light poured through the window, casting a warm glow over the counter. Jae-hee stirred the pan quietly, lost in thought. "My heart still aches when I think about Xiaojing," he murmured. "Maybe I need to get used to this strange, ordinary life." He paused, then sighed. "But somehow, it still doesn't feel quite real." After finishing up, Jae-hee turned to Yuan and said, "You are on holiday. Why don't you go home?" Yuan smiled casually. "Yes, it's a day off, but there is still school stuff I have to do. Besides, if I'm paying rent, it feels like a waste not to stay there." Later, as they sat around the dining table, Jae-hee looked up from his plate. "If you care so much about rent, then why are you living here?" Yuan leaned over and wrapped his arms around Jae-hee, voice soft. "Because I miss you. Even when I'm close, it feels like I still can't reach you." Jae-hee gently pushed him away. "Don't mess with adults like this. If you are still a kid, go play with your friends." Yuan pulled back, slightly hurt, and said, "You know, it stings when you say that. I really like you." Jae-hee looked away, thoughts swirling. "What has been bothering me lately," he thought, "is this childish feeling, but I keep thinking it will fade soon." That night, Jae-hee sat in silence. The room was dim, the atmosphere heavy. "I'm the one who started trembling because of this," he whispered. The next morning, Jae-hee rubbed the sleep from his eyes and saw Yuan already up. "What are you doing so early?" Yuan grinned. "I'm still a kid, remember? Just acting the part." Jae-hee groaned softly. "I'm going crazy. Are you mad that I called you a kid again?" Yuan raised an eyebrow. "What are you talking about? You are the one saying weird things in front of a child." Jae-hee sighed and said, "Can't you be a little gentle? When you were younger, you always used to play with me." Yuan leaned in with a teasing smile. "Want to pretend we are a family again? Like before, you be the mother, I will be the father. And since I'm the child, you have to play with me, right, dear?" Then, Yuan kissed him. As the room grew quiet, Jae-hee rested beside him, catching his breath, and said, "Satisfied now?" He asked softly, "You have been unusually upset lately." Yuan sat up, voice serious. "Not really. You said you liked me, but you never actually told me." Jae-hee hesitated. "How could I say something like that?" Yuan frowned. "You always say these feelings will fade. But if you keep doing that, pushing me away, I really will get angry." Beat of silence. "Well, I finally do it," Yuan continued quietly. "I'm going to be mad for a bit today. I like you, Young." Jae-hee gave a faint smile. "That is why I always say, you are like a child." Yuan tilted his head, watching him. "Then what does that make the Hyung who likes that child?" Jaehi looked at him carefully. Liking someone, it's hard for me. Even if someone likes you, it's still difficult to understand. But if you are okay with that, then yes. I like you too. Yuan's face lit up with a smile that made Jaehi's chest ache in a different way. Their quiet, complicated love finally understood. Later that morning, Yuan said brightly, I will take care of the shop today. Then he said, you want to shower first. Jaehi stretched with a tired smile. Yes, this is where the mother's fans letter ends.